in the mighty name of Jesus.
Well, hello, my brothers and sisters. I'm back. I'm back again, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. I got something I want to read to you, that I want to say something to you right quick, if I can, just briefly. That's going to be in 1 Peter 5 and 8. 1 Peter 5 and 8. And it reads, "Be sober and vigilant." Let me read that again. 1 Peter 5 and 8 says that be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. And so, in order to be sober, that means to make sure your mind is clear. Make sure your mind is clear. Make sure you're able to focus, and make sure you're able to see. Make sure you're not weary. Make sure that you have all your faculties to pay attention, to not be distracted and whatnot, because the enemy, the devil, he's as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking those who he may devour. And so, see, what you need to understand, the thing that you need to understand, my brothers and sisters, and this is what dropped in my spirit. Now, check this out. Now, as an example, in a competition, you take maybe two basketball teams. The thing that happens before they play each other, they study each other's behavior. They study each other's tendencies on, how they play. Say, for example, the star player. They will study if that player is more prone to go to the right, or they're more prone to go to the left. And so what they would do, they would take away their strengths, where they become vulnerable. And this is what each team looks for in a competition, even in boxing or whatever. They look for the other players' vulnerabilities, and they exploit it. And this is the same thing and the very thing that the enemy is trying to do to many of you who are listening to me. He's studying your behavior. He's studying your weaknesses. Oh, yes, he is. He's studying your weaknesses. And so what he wants to do, he wants to capitalize and take advantage of those places where you're weak. Maybe you're weak in your temperament, your emotions. When stuff happens to you, you just got to flop the hand and just say something. And see, that's where the enemy's at. And see, he's always pushing. He's always plucking. He's always trying to get a rise out of you to see how you react. And see, the weakest person is the person who don't know how to deal with or handle their emotions. Because, see, when the enemy knows that a person is so emotional, what the enemy will do, the enemy will pick on them to get them to get upset. Because he know that when he get them to get upset, then he know they're vulnerable and they're weak, because they're not going to think clear. See, this is why the scripture said, be angry but don't sin. Don't let the sun go down on your wrath. See, because the enemy is watching you. He's watching you. He's watching. He's trying to see you're going to fly off the handle. And so what the enemy is looking for also, he's looking for access. He's trying to get access into your house, into your mind. That's why the scripture said that the enemy cannot come into a good man's house unless he first bind the strong man. And the moment that he's able to bind the strong man, then he's able to have access and spoil his good. And to bind the strong man is tying that mind up, tying that confidence up. He's able to tie you up. He's able to get you to doubt. That's how he's able to get in. When he's able to get you to doubt. This is how the enemy works. And so this is why God says to watch as well as pray, my brothers. Watch, focus, and realize your weaknesses, realize your shortcomings, realize those areas where you're weak. This is what God is looking for. God is looking for you to be aware. God is looking for you to, the scripture tells us to examine ourselves. Whether we be in the faith, we must examine ourselves. See, we're not always on the top of our game. That's why in Matthew, where it talks about the parable of the wheat and the tare, the scripture says that after the man planted good seeds, his enemies, see, somebody was watching him. See, the enemy's watching you. He's studying your behavior. It's a social experiment. He's doing certain things to see how you're going to react. And he may not respond right now. And see what he'll do, he will let you hang yourself. Let you keep doing this, let you keep doing that. Then eventually he will pull the rug out under you. And so that's what the enemy is doing. He's studying your behavior. See, lots of times, many people, you think you're getting away with it. But eventually he's going to tie you up. Eventually he's going to get you to go into a roadblock. That's why God wants us to watch. Not just to watch as well as pray. Watching means to pay attention, to focus, to observe, to keep your mind clear, to keep your heart clear, to stay focused, because the enemy, he wants to distract you, because it's just like when you're driving. When you're driving, if there's noise on your left or right, see, the enemy wants you to look away. He wants you to look to the left or the right instead of focusing on the road. See, because while you're looking to the right and to the left, right in front of you, he might put something in your way. And he's looking for you to run over it, to have a head-on collision. And so that's a little quick word that I wanted to come and give to you today, is to keep your eyes open, watch, as well as pray. See, because the enemy, he's after your weakest spots. He's after your weakest links. This is why the scripture says to strengthen those things that remain, that are ready to die. Is that all right? God bless you. Heaven smile on you. And may all God's best be yours.
In the mighty name of Jesus.